Okay. All right, you guys, are you ready? Ready? Okay, awesome. Then let's kick it off. Group number one, this table, come up on the front. I will time you. You have a maximum of 5 minutes. Unless you want to take comments, then you have a little less. Tell also the group again what you were working on. Not everyone will remember. But without further ado, come on up here.
Okay, this is the presentation from group one. We have this nice group of people, 9 people, brainstorm and discussed the idea of plasma AI. This is the project where the plasma profiled, blood plasma, for components that come from different organs. And by knowing where it comes from, we can predict the age of different organs. And I presented maybe 10 or so models that allow to do that. So once we know how organs age in a particular person, we can design interventions for those particular weak links in that body, rather than giving intervention like a single intervention like for everybody. And one example, rapamycin or calorie restriction, it should not be used. We should know who can benefit from it. And this project allows to do it, basically. And potentially it should be done for everybody in the future. So when people will just go and collect blood, profile it in a multi-omic manner for those components, identify age of organs in the body, and then change lifestyle or diets, and maybe even drugs, take some drugs, or longevity interventions that would specifically modify and target that particular weak link or multiple weak links in the body. Yeah, that's kind of big idea. And so what we brainstormed here, and then there was a lot of nice ideas generated. One idea is causality. We need to establish causality. This is something which is very critical in the field, but still not fully addressed currently. Another idea that we brainstormed is the cost, because profiling, especially in a multi-omic manner, is still expensive. Proteomics is here alone would cost several $100s. So we discussed that, for example, it could be more in a targeted way when some company could be used to profile, for example, proteins and metabolites, and also in parallel sequencing is done. So those ideas. And then we discussed also with Michael, actually, separately from that, the idea of polygenic risk scores. We forgot to mention this, but actually introducing genetic variation actually could increase the robustness of the methods as well. So overall, we discussed that actually this is feasible and potentially could be done in the near future. So thank you.
Awesome. Well, stay right here. Any questions, comments, helpful suggestions?
Now comes the business guy again. Did you also were trying to somehow estimate what could be a potential cost of that?
Yeah, we actually discussed that. So perhaps this can be done currently, maybe like about $400, like in combining 3 omics. But for that, this would mean that the proteins and metabolites could be profiled through mass spectrometry, because many of the methods, like proteins, are mostly done by O-link or like somologic forms, which are more expensive. So we would need to go the targeted way and profile it in a less expensively. Mm-hmm.
So for this weak-link approach, you'll have to also see the effects on other aspects of, let's say, in this case, biological aging also, right? So like if you take rapamycin, but then also it's improving some of the weak link, but it might be negatively affecting, let's say, I don't know, muscle age.
That's right. So this would be that's my opinion. It could be a personal strategy. Let's say if a particular organ shows accelerated aging, and let's say rapamycin would take care of that particular organ, but it might be detrimental for some other organ. That's also possible. Yeah.
So are we back to the problem? Okay, then we should have a aggregation mechanism, which is something like biological age instead of organ age, and then hence we have to.
No, but I think it's important that if you go like for the organism as a whole and test interventions like rapamycin, so some percent of people, like 20% of people, maybe it will be detrimental for those people. So I don't think we should recommend just interventions. Longevity interventions should be organ specific, basically. That's the big idea.